Hi guys, so you big nerds. It's me, it's Miss Checka. I'm here for Nerd Hangout. If you see me looking down, it's because I was checking the temperature. It is 100 degrees outside. And do you know how hot it is going to get here today? 107 degrees today. So we're going to read Esperanza Rising, but before that, I want to show you my science experiment because I have had a solar oven in my classroom for a long time because I had this dream of like growing food in the school garden and then cooking it in a solar oven for like a full like school project experience. And then I get lazy about it. And I can never decide what to grow, to cook, whatever. I'm open to ideas. Oh, there's Tess. Hi, Tess. So when I saw that it was going to be so incredibly hot today, 107 degrees, I decided like this is going to be a perfect day to use the solar oven. I didn't use something that I grew. Instead, I had my little 4-year-old friend over and we are baking cookies. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to take the computer outside, even though it is so incredibly hot. So I'm not going to go outside for very long, but I am going to show you my little experiment. So I want to say this. Number one, I thought that this must be like the record, right? Like 107 is crazy, crazy, crazy hot and is not the record. It turns out that like about 100 years ago, there was a day where it was 113 degrees. I hope it never gets to be 113 degrees again, ever. I don't want that. But let's talk a little bit about science experiments because I am not a science teacher, but as you know, I love NASA and I love science. So when you do a science experiment, you got to have a question that you're trying to answer, and then you have to have a hypothesis. So the question that I was trying to answer is like, does the solar oven really work? Because it feels like something that like maybe is a cool idea, but doesn't work. And my other question is, what's the best way to use a solar oven? Because I've never used one before. So I'm going to take you outside and show it to you, but I'm going to explain it here where it's not so hot. But basically, it uses the power of the sun. And it doesn't have solar panels. It doesn't have any kind of electricity. What it has are reflector panels. So it's a cardboard box. And the cardboard box has wings and they have reflector panels. I bet that you could make one just like covering the lid of a box with some aluminum foil. And I think that might be my next experiment. But anyway, so you've got these panels like this, and they all reflect the sun's rays to the center. And in the center, there's kind of clear plastic and you can put stuff inside. But again, it's just a cardboard box. And the cardboard box has black, like the color black. And if you have ever driven in a black car in the summertime or worn black clothes in the summertime, you know that like that is going to make it extra hot. So one of the questions I had was like, okay, so the oven kit comes with plastic bags, but it doesn't feel like that would be the best, like the hottest way to bake these cookies. So I also put some in aluminum foil and we put one in a little like silicone like cupcake baking cup. So my hypothesis is that the aluminum foil are the ones that are going to like cook the fastest. And like stuff that I'm looking for is like what's going to cook, like what's going to bake the fastest and what's going to bake the best. The best meaning like all the way through and not half done or burnt on the outside or whatever. So when you're doing a science experiment, you got to ask a question, got to make a guess about how it's going to turn out. That's your hypothesis. Oh my gosh, Tess, 128 degrees. I cannot do 128 degrees. I do not like that. Okay, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take the computer. I'm going to show you the solar oven. We'll see if the camera will let you see the cookies because they're out there. They're baking. They're chocolate cookies. So they're brown, which the next time I do this, I'm not going to do because it's really hard to tell, like, oh, are you brown because you're done or are you just brown because you're chocolate? But let's go out and see this thing, all right? So we're going to go outside. Woo! Woo! I'm going to go out here to the front yard. You obviously can't pick a spot. Oh, no, it fell. You can't pick a spot that is shady. Look at this. It's fallen, so I got to pick it up. Okay. All right. All right. Let me move this. So first of all, let me move the computer so you can see. So see how there's these panels and they're reflecting into the center there. I need to arrange my cookies to keep the sanctity of my experiment going. Very important. All right. So let's see here. Woo! It's hot. I am getting baked like a cookie myself. All right. So I'm going to lift this. Oh, it is hot. Like the plastic is hot to the touch. It smells really good though. Like I can smell the cookies. All right. Okay. So, oh, dang. No, this is hot. You're not messing around. So this one is, I don't know if you can see it, but I can't really hold it for very long. This is the silicone baking cup. And oh my gosh, that cookie is hard. I think it might be done. This one that got smushed was in the plastic. This one I put in a baggie. Oh my word. The baggie totally melted. That is crazy. That is crazy. Look how it melted. I mean, it's just like totally through it. Oh my gosh. So the solar oven came with a plastic baggie, and I didn't want to use it because it had been in my classroom for so many years. But now I know, like, oh, you can't just put any plastic there because the plastic baggie that I put just melted just all the way through. That's crazy. Okay. And y'all, I can't even touch the aluminum foil. I'm going to grab something so I can touch the aluminum foil. Actually, what am I thinking? I'm going to move this to the shade. I'm going to use my brain here. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Ooh. I've got this handy cloth with me that my teacher friend gave me. It says, I'm a teacher. What's your superpower? So this feels appropriate to be using my teacher gift towel. And I'm going to lift up this aluminum foil and I'll be darned. That cookie is baked all the way through. Huh. You know what? I don't even think I can put it back in the solar oven because it would just burn them. And this smells so good. Wow. All right. So I guess I just learned that you cannot put plastic baggies inside of a solar oven. because the plastic will melt all the way through. That makes me curious to know what kind of plastic this is that did not melt all the way through. Aluminum foil works really good. I'm going to eat one of the squish ones. Oh my God, they're delicious. It's like the perfect, that's baked all the way through. It's not burned. And it's cooked in the middle. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm not going to take the silicone one out, but I can see it's also like cooked all the way through. That's crazy. I put the solar oven out there at about 11 o'clock and it's now 1:12. So that means that it took about 2 hours to bake these cookies. And it wasn't even the hardest part of the day because it's only 100 degrees right now and it's going to turn 107. How about that? This is motivating me. I made like a side experiment because I kind of within my head, I wondered like, how much of this is because it's the solar oven and how much of it is because it's just hot? So I put another tray of cookies in the back with no solar oven, just like on a cookie pan. Let's go check them. All right, let's go. Let's go. As you can see, I put it in a different part of the yard. So that's not like super scientific because the conditions are not the same. Still, let's see. All right, there's my cookie pan. And they're not done. They're not done. I'm going to lift them up so you can see. These are like, it's still cookie dough, which means that even though they're in the middle of the sun, it's really hot. And I put them out at the same time. They didn't get nearly as hot as the ones in the solar oven with all of that reflecting stuff. So it really does make a difference to put in a solar oven. I'm pretty excited right now because now I'm wondering what kinds of other things I can bake this summer just using basically a cardboard box. Wow. Cookie experiments. What else should I cook in the solar oven? That's crazy. All right. Well, we're going to read a little bit of Esperanza Rising. And I'm just going to sit here and be excited. Let's see here. Tessa say chocolate cookies, so good. That's true. Delicious. You know what I should do is the cookies that we're just baking in the sun, I should move them into the solar oven so that they can bake too. You wish you were in Colorado? Yeah, I bet it's a lot cooler in Colorado. I gotta say though, that was just a very exciting experiment. I wonder what other things that I can bake there. What other things I could cook there? Bread? Maybe? Other kinds of cookies? Brownies? Do you think I could cook brownies in a solar oven? It's going to take me a while to get over this. But anyway, I am open to suggestions. I'm obviously like super duper excited about the solar oven. I think that I know what I want to do. Have you ever heard the saying that it's so hot that you could fry an egg on the sidewalk? 1, I wonder if you can actually do that. And 2, I wonder if you can cook an egg with a solar oven. Maybe as soon as Nerd Hangout is done, I'm going to try exactly that. You know what? That was very exciting to me. I really like science, especially when you can make science experiments and then eat them. That's the best. Macaron. God, those are so hard to make. But I like to buy them. They're very delicious. God, doesn't macaroni sound fun right now? Okay. I'm distracted by how excited I am about the solar oven. I'm going to bake everything now. All right. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I'm going to read Esperanza Rising because it's a beautiful book, but it's in kind of a sad part. And I'm in such a mood because of the cookies. So maybe we'll just finish a few minutes earlier today and leave on a high note of our solar oven experiment. Wow. I'm just so surprised still about the plastic baggie completely melted. Maybe I should just use the solar oven to melt stuff, like make candles or something, like melt crayons. That's crazy. I don't know if you have ever accidentally melted something by leaving it in a hot car, or if you have melted something by putting it in the washing machine on accident by forgetting it in your pockets. But I think a day when it's 107 degrees is a good day to do some experiments in your backyard and just put some things on aluminum foil that are not expensive and just to see if they'll melt. Like melt a crayon today. Actually, that sounds like a lot of fun. Go outside today, ask your parents for some aluminum foil, wrap it up, and then melt some crayons. You could even, if you had a cookie mold, you could put crayons into like a cookie cutter and melt them into cool shapes. That would be a fun thing to do. Because I think that when the sun is 107 degrees, that the sun is basically a death ray at that point, and you should use it like a laser beam and just cook things and melt things. That's what I think. So anyway, everybody be good. Eat your fruits and vegetables, and may not be here on Monday, may or may not be here on Monday. I have a thing that I have to do, but I'll let you guys know. In any case, be good. All right. Bye, guys.